Hey guys, how's it going? Hopefully, wherever you are in the world, you are staying safe and you're okay. I'm excited for today's video because this will be my very first 2020 album that I would have listened to in full so far this year. We're 3 months into 2020 and I've yet to listen to a single 2020 album released this year in full. And this is my very first one, and I decided to start off with Adam Lambert's Velvet, which came out this past weekend. I had no idea Adam was releasing an album this weekend. I was checking Apple Music on Thursday night when all the new releases come out, and lo and behold, I saw Velvet by Adam Lambert, and I borderline had an erection. I was like, what? What? How did I not know about this? I was a huge fan of Adam Lambert on American Idol back in 2009, which seems like a lifetime ago. I was totally standing him then, and I'm still standing him now. I have been with him through his whole career. In particular, his 2015 album, which was his last studio album before this one, Velvet. The original High he released in 2015, which was 5 years ago. I remember listening to the original High on repeat all the time. I was obsessed with that album. So finally, we have a new Adam Lambert record, and he has actually been on tour with Queen as their lead vocalist for the last few years, I think since the early 2010s. So if you haven't listened to Adam Lambert yet, I definitely suggest digging back into his catalog of music, which goes all the way back to his first album, For Your Entertainment. He has some seriously good pop songs, some seriously good hooks that will get you addicted to his entire music, his entire discography. Anyway, this album right here, there is 13 tracks. I don't think I've heard a single one of the tracks yet. I feel like I might have heard New Eyes, track number 12, at one point, but from my knowledge, I don't think I've heard any of these tracks yet. But of course, if I start listening to a track and it sounds familiar, I'll let you guys know. It's 45 minutes, so let's get right into it. And I actually read an interview he did recently, I think it was last week, how he was saying that there should be a George Michael biopic like there was for Elton John and Freddie Mercury. I would definitely love a George Michael biopic. If you think so too, leave a comment. And what a coincidence, because I am going on my Wham/George Michael discography journey. I already listened to Wham's first album and George Michael's Faith album, and so far I'm just loving Wham and George Michael as a whole. George Michael is one of my favorite 80s artists. Anyway, enough talking. Let's get into it with track number 1, Velvet.
I've been feeling nostalgic. Think I found someone I can get lost in, cut from the same cloth as me. It's like velvet.
Yeah.
And I knew it was cool the first time I felt it. I got that feeling tonight. These trends are getting too tragic. My own got away, like it's still made for me. I got that feeling tonight. My velvet. I found someone I can get lost in. I got that feeling tonight.
Alrighty, and that was track number 1 of Velvet. Yes, I really enjoyed this track a lot. It was actually pretty catchy, I will say, that melody, and I love the production so far. I really enjoyed it, and I honestly have no complaints yet. If the rest of the album is just as good as Velvet, I imagine I will be stating this album, definitely. Before we move on though, can we just acknowledge this album artwork? The album artwork is what caught my eye initially, and I love it. I love the bow. I love the purple on green, or the green on purple, whatever. It's very 70s, it's very vintage, and it definitely looks high fashion. It reminds me of Jack Nicholson's The Joker. Anyway, let's keep moving on to track number 2, Super Power.
There's something missing and I'm pissed and I got something to say. All of the witches and the demons better get out my way.
Oh.
The pain from the wall when I'm alright. You keep this down in the dirt when we ain't going away. Now when I'm alright, take the money. Super power. Super power.
Alrighty, and that was track number 2, a Superpower. Yes, I am absolutely in love so far. The electric guitar solo in this track. Whenever I hear an electric guitar, it's boner central. I mean, I cannot help myself. I also really like the lyrics in this song. All of the witches and the demons better get out of my way. And then he goes on to say, when I win, I'm gonna run and take the money, try to put me in a box, make me something I'm not, don't give a fuck, cause I'm gonna take back my superpower, yes. So now let's move on to track number 3, Stranger You Are.
Told me to stay strong. I'm rocking Versace with my dog. In my shades, I'ma stay with they are. 'Cause the stranger you are, they gonna try to take you apart. I'm rocking Versace with my dog. In my shades, I'ma stay with they are. Gonna keep you locked in the dark. Still the stranger you are.
Okay, so that was track number 3, Stranger You Are. I mean, I'm all over this album right now. I'm absolutely in love. And I haven't listened to much 60s or 70s music, but so far, the aesthetic of the album, I'm definitely picking up 70s influences. And this sounds like an album that could have been released in the 70s or maybe even 60s. I have no idea. I don't even think I've listened to any 60s albums before. But anyway, it doesn't sound like an album that would have been released today. It sounds like an album that could have been released, 30, 40 years ago. And I've actually really enjoyed it. But I'm 6'3", a baby with boots on. I'm nowhere near 6'3", even with boots on. I can only dream. Now I'm rocking Versace with my dog in my shades. I'm a slay one day, y'all. I'm a fuck up a check and spend it all. I'm a have a tequila kind of day. I mean, this is me all over it. So anyway, let's move on to track number 4, Lover Boy.
You got the hunger so wild, yeah. You got a heart for it. The kind I got. I wanna be another number one. I feel like a lover. Oh yeah, better be so greedy. Show me that I'm the only one. Oh yeah, all of the others before me. Hear me out, yeah. I don't wanna be another number one. I feel like a lover. Show me that I'm the only one. Player, player, player. I don't wanna be another number one. I feel like a lover. Better be so greedy.
Alrighty, and that was track number 4, Loverboy. Yes, we are just continuing the bop train here. I'm having so much fun. I've loved each and every one of the tracks so far, 4 out of 4. They're all solid. I don't think I prefer one over the other. They're all pretty much even. There might be one or two I prefer a bit more than the others so far, but honestly, they're all on the same line here. I absolutely love them. Loverboy, I mean, this is a very groovy song. It's definitely reminded me of the 70s. Like I said, I haven't heard much 70s music before, but it's just I'm getting that vibe so far from it. So now let's move on to track number 5, Roses. This is Adam Lambert and Nile Rodgers. So let's get into it.
You like a knife 'cause it looks good to kill. It's hard to talk.
Alrighty, and that was track number 6, Roses. Wow, this song took me somewhere. I have no idea what happened there, but I was somewhere up in the clouds. And I don't smoke marijuana, but I imagine if you are someone who does, this would be an excellent compliment to that. I feel like this album would sound a lot better if you were a bit high. And I was getting that impression so far off of not just listening to this track, but all the tracks so far. I don't know, the song just kind of took me somewhere. I was kind of in my own little zone. I really liked it. I mean, so far 6 for 6. Oh my god. So anyway, let's keep moving along to track number 6, Closer to You.
Sorry it's late. I know I missed your call again. Swear I gave it all up just for you. I would trade all my gold for dirt. Whatever gets me closer to you. Sick of the game. Feel like I'm running out of time. Whatever gets me closer to you. Whatever gets me closer to your touch, your love, just to get you back. I would take my horse down all the world. Never tell you right now. Whatever gets me closer to you.
This definitely has to be one of my favorite tracks on the album so far. Wow. I couldn't even read the lyrics. I wasn't even paying attention to the lyrics half the time. I mean, this song was just in my head, and I mean, I'm a bit speechless. I adore this song so much. Whatever gets me closer to your church, your love, I want it all too much. I'm crying. I give my shirt off my back just to get you back. I'd lie in the eye of a hurricane just to have you coming back to when you still believed in me. I would sink my house down underwater and I would trade all my gold for dirt. Let me tell you right now. I mean, this is the kind of guy you want in your life. He would sink his house down underwater. He would trade all his gold for dirt just to be with you, just to get closer to you. Whatever gets me closer to you, I would walk through fire just to hold you. I mean, just think about it right now. If you are dating someone and you genuinely think you know who they are, would you believe that they would give up all their money, all the gold in the world just to be with you? Would they give up all their possessions, their laptop, their computer, their video games, whatever makes them happy, whatever brings them joy in terms of material possessions? Would they give that all up? Would they walk through fire to be with you? And I know it's such a cliche saying in songs. We've heard it so many times. I walk through fire for you. I do this for you just to be in love with you, just to be with you again. It's so romantic and timeless though, and we hear it so many times in movies. We see it all the time in movies, and we hear it all the time in music. That it's true, and it's very romantic, and I love it. So let's keep moving along to track number 7, Overglow. I said it once, I'm gonna say it again. I feel like I should be sober as I listen to this album. I feel like I'm missing out on an experience by being sober as I'm listening to this album. I don't know about you, but it's just the vibe I'm getting, and I mean, I'm running out of good things to say. I've loved each and every track so far, and this one is no exception. Once again, I wasn't even reading the lyrics because the music was just taking me over, and I had no time to read the lyrics. Fuck the lyrics. I was just letting the music consume me. I mean, how many times have I pulled out my water spray bottle in this video? I mean, it's just, I can't help myself. I'm getting hot, I'm getting overheated, I'm getting sweaty, getting a fever. I always get excited when I come across an album where every single track is gold. Obviously, there are tracks I prefer more than others, but each and every one of these tracks I will go back to, and this is just a very solid album. So let's move on to track number 8, Coming In Hot. Yes, Daddy.
Read my mind. Open up, go now, now. Somewhere coming in hot. No chill for me. Coming in hot. I have my love to feed your vanity. Okay, tell me what you wanna do. I'm fine, I'm burning. Coming in hot. I have my love to feed your vanity. Coming in hot. Feel the fire. Since
Once again, I wasn't even paying attention to the lyrics. What were the lyrics saying? I have no idea. I don't care. The music was enough. It was, once again, taking over my body. It was unleashing my sexy side. I just wanted to strip. I wanted to take my clothes off. It's a Sunday afternoon, and I feel like this is the wrong time to listen to an album like Velvet. This album is hot! Anyway, let's move on to track number 9, On the Mood. Okay, I feel like I'm on the mood right now. What?
been so damn faded lately, don't know if it's day or night. I just wanna feel what it's like. I just wanna feel the dark side. Take me all the way, baby, baby, take me to your Milky Way. Space. Free fall on free. I wanna feel what it's like.
Already, and that was track number 9, On the Mood. And I don't know about you, but this has happened before where I'll be listening to an album and the actual music itself from the album gets me intoxicated. It gets me high. It's happened before, and I just get in this mindset, in this weird time frame where I just feel like I'm not here, and it kind of just takes me somewhere else. And this is what this album is doing. And I don't know if this was intentional or not, but in the lyrics he's saying, like, we're on the mood, tripping on the mood, baby. I just want to feel the dark side. So the Dark Side of the Moon is obviously the title of Pink Floyd's album. So he's saying, I just want to feel the dark side. He's saying about tripping on the moon. So I don't know if there's some connection there when it comes to Pink Floyd. I actually haven't listened to Pink Floyd's The Dark Side of the Moon yet. It's been on my bucket list. I've been meaning to do it. I just haven't found the right timing to record the video and upload it. So hopefully, I really want to listen to it. So hopefully this year, I don't want to wait till next year, but I definitely want to try to upload a first listen video to me listening to Pink Floyd's The Dark Side of the Moon. Oh, so anyway, let's move on to track number 10, Love Don't.
Come over. Sweet talking in the right way. How to fuck with a good thing. Every time I walk this line, but I don't wanna give it up. I don't wanna give it up. Morning, I'm long gone, 'cause it's over. Tearing me inside, I don't wanna leave. Love me, I don't wanna give it up. I don't wanna give it up.
This was another great track that was terribly catchy. Oh my god. I enjoyed it. It's not one of my favorite tracks on the album, I will say, but I still like it. It's still another solid track that I would definitely go back to. I feel like out of all the tracks I've listened to so far, this might be one of the more current sounding tracks on the album. It definitely sounds like a track that could have been released in 2020, in the late 2010s. And again, there is a solo, electric guitar solo on this track, which I love. You know how much I love electric guitar. You know how much I love my classic rock music. I mean, ugh. And don't get me wrong, I haven't listened to much classic rock in my lifetime. I've just listened to the more popular classic rock singles released through the decades. So I haven't actually listened to a lot of full classic rock albums before, which I plan to in the coming years. Anyway, we have 3 tracks left. Let's move on to track number 11, Ready to Run.
Boots on the ground, had enough of this clown. I ain't falling for your charm. Put a lock on my heart, ready to run. I go out running bad, no shade, it's time, so I'm ready to run. I'm running quick and never scared of screaming. Ready to run. Down on my knees. I'ma walk to the edge.
Already, and that was track number 11, Ready to Run. And this was another groovy song that I enjoyed. Read the lyrics. He said, "Been down on my knees, got back up to crawl all over it, no more aiming to please, now that I'm on my feet." I feel like now in his life, in his career, he is more confident. He is more comfortable in his skin. He knows what he wants. He's not aiming to please others like he stated in the song. He's kind of doing his own thing and what he truly loves to do. He's not conforming. And, you know, that should be applauded. So, congratulations, Adam. I'm really loving this album. It's very enjoyable. Let's move on to the last 2 tracks. Track number 12, New Eyes.
Raining outside, now for a while. All in my heart, never thought I'd be. You got those new eyes on me. Everything that you try, everything gets you high. Without your new eyes, without your new eyes. This chemistry, like candy to me. Virgin like these eyes. Without your new eyes, without your new eyes. Everything that you try, everything gets you high. Without your new eyes.
Okay, and that was track number 12, New Eyes. And I enjoyed this track. It was a very chill, it was putting me in a very chill state of mind. And it goes with the rest of the album, and it flows well with the rest of the album. I liked it. It's not one of my favorite tracks on the album, but I still really thoroughly enjoyed it. So now we have come to the final track of the album, track number 13, Feel Something.
I've been leaving my heart in all the wrong places. Truth is, I miss those nights when my heart could be naked. If it's never enough, at least it's better than nothing. So I wanna feel something, just wanna feel something. I waited so long to feel like I'm worthy. I've grown with the pain. I just wanna feel something. And every kiss I wasted, I don't need to feel. I don't wanna feel. I don't. Just wanna feel something.
Okay, and that was the final track of this video. Wow, it's so bright right now. I'm so sorry. I need some sunglasses or something. Wow. But very beautiful song and very touching. And he's saying, I don't need to feel love. I just want to feel something. If it's never enough, at least it's better than nothing. And I definitely felt something when I listened to this album, and it touched me, and I really enjoyed this album so much. Every single track I loved. Obviously, there are tracks I enjoy more than others, but each song was solid. The production was taking me back to an era like the 70s, maybe even 60s. I didn't feel like I was in 2020 listening to this album, and that's a good sign. Because a lot of the times I just get bored of the music of today and I just kind of want to experience other time periods of music. That's why I like to go back to 80s music and 90s music and 70s music just to experience different viewpoints and feelings that I might not be feeling when I listen to current music in 2020. And it's really beautiful. I love the lyrics as well. This is definitely one of my favorite Adam Lambert albums. I love his whole discography, and this is definitely high up on the list. And when all is said and done, I hope Adam is really proud of this album because I loved the heck out of it. So I think that's all I want to say. What are your opinions of the album? What are your favorite tracks? When it comes to Adam Lambert, what are your favorite songs? What are your favorite albums by him? Maybe you haven't heard him before. Are you gonna dig into his discography now and discover his music? And did you watch him when he was on American Idol? Were you a fan of him since then, like myself? And yeah, let me know in the comments. You can find me on Instagram, you can find me on Twitter, you can message me, you can tell me other artists I should check out. I'm open to any artists from any decade. You can also find me on Apple Music. You can check out my playlists and all the music I'm listening to right now. So thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.